So section number, what is it? 4. Additional practical applications. A. Opening books that were stamped on the edges. So in olden days, so they had public library, Manhattan public library, Brooklyn public library. Okay. Open books that have stamped on the edges. Opening. One should avoid opening the book that have a word stamped on the edges of the pages, since by doing so one breaks apart the words. Right. So you have here the stamp of a library, for example, and then they open. Actually, I saw somebody like long time ago. A person had a big library and he stamped his books. He ordered. I mean, you can order anything you want. Right, so he ordered a stamp and he was stamping his books. I'm not sure why. Okay, but doesn't matter. So I mean, it's not only like library book, but some people can stamp their books. Okay. So in this case, so if it says library, so if you open the book, in some sense you breaking the letters. Okay. However, so he said. Again, one should avoid opening a book that has word stamps on the edge, on the edges of the pages, since by doing so one breaks apart the words. Okay. However, if there is no other copy available, one is permitted to use the book with a stamp edge. Right. So I mean, I'm not sure why would a person have in his house two copy of the book. I don't know, maybe he bought it from the library, maybe an example like that, and somebody brought it from his home. Somebody bought this book and now they want to study together. Maybe like that. Right. If one knows that in advance of Shabbos that he will need to use this book, he is advised to place a sheet of paper between the pages and thus breaking apart letters before Shabbos. So in this case, if it was broken before Shabbos, there is no problem. No problem whatsoever. So it's proper to put this paper, but today it's not so common. So next one is B, opening paroches arc curtains. It is permitted to draw a part, and actually it's very interesting. So today we learned with somebody the Mishnah Yoma, right? The laws of Yom Kippur. it's Mishnah. I mean, there's some commentaries, but we try to cover. So we cover Mishnah Rosh Hashanah, and now we cover Mishnah Yoma. So right. So and there it's actually machlokes between the sages. How many curtains there were in covering the Holy of Holies, 2 or 1? It's not so simple. Not so simple. Okay. So if you have two curtains, right, and they have a continuation like writing on top or a picture, like when you close the picture complete, when you pull away, that in some sense you're breaking the picture, so that would be an issue. So again, it is It is permitted to draw apart two sides of the split paroches, even if the two sides together form a unified design. Right, so, as we explained, design like maybe like a picture or writing, right? So it's continuation of the words. I mean, it's not like you break it in the middle of the words or something. No, usually it's not. It is similarly permitted to draw the sides together, so in not be considered that you're writing. This is because the two halves are not attached, right? Two halves not attached. Okay, two halves not attached. It is preferable, however, when there are when two halves form a unified design, to leave them slightly apart before Shabbos and to avoid closing them entirely on Shabbos. Right? So, I mean, today it's not so common, but it is common. So actually, you see, I said it's not common. In some synagogues, I saw the doors, the wooden doors, like on the rails, and they would have design. So in my shul now, so there are doors, but these people they knew exactly what they're doing. Nothing is written on the doors, exactly zero. And behind the wooden doors there is a curtain, and it's one curtain. Also, I mean, you pull the string and it opens. So it's very interesting. But in some shuls, actually in several shuls around where I live, and so they had a door. They have doors. So now it's Orthodox, but before that they were, I think, Reform. One of them was what is it? Not Reform, but another one. Well, some also not kosher one. But then these people died out or move out, or whatever happened, and they started to be Orthodox. Very interesting. They were Orthodox. So, but of course, nobody is going to change this Aron Kodesh. It costs a lot of money, right? A lot of money. So they continue using this design, which is no problem, right? Because the letters are not attached, but they for sure they create unified design for sure. Okay, so continue. So, but he said, if you leave these curtains open before Shabbos, just a little, there is no problem. And there is a note, and it says, note Hagaon, Rav Moshe Feinstein, that's all. Writes that it's time-honored custom to make paroch a single curtain rather than two pieces. But as I said, the shul, yes, they are Orthodox now, but before they were not. And they're huge. Huge meaning gigantic, right, compared to others. Okay. Conservative, right? So one of the shuls is conservative, right? So that's the problem. That's the problem with the shuls to convert from conservative into Orthodox is a problem. Why is it a problem? The problem is because they did not have mechitza, right? So men and women would sit together, and in the front they would have a stage, maybe 3 or 4 steps up, right? So, which is a very high stage. Even 2 steps, it's a lot, right? And it's common stage. So now when they would and they would have bima in there, so in the front of the shul, which is, I mean, it's not completely forbidden, but it's for sure in Orthodox shul you would never see that, in a sense. So it's more like a church or something. They would try to emulate. I'm not sure why would they do that, but that's what it is. So, and bima is closer to Aron Kodesh, and basically even if you put mechitza, right, good size mechitza, good heights, meaning. So even though you're not going to see women from a men's section, but when you're going to be called to the Torah, so you're going to see the women for sure. Right, because it's like separation does not go all the way to parochas. It's not, and I mean, if they would close in front, would be maybe a little better. But still, since you're on a stage, you're 3 or 4 steps up. So why is it 3 or 4? I'm not sure. Maybe 2 or 3. I don't want to say 4 steps. It's very high, right? So maybe 2 or 3 steps. So right. So you see all the women. That's the issue. Okay. Right. So next one. Removing the prices from food. It is forbidden to wash off numbers that are stamped on food. This falls under biblical prohibited category of erasing for an improvement. since the appearance of the food item is thereby enhanced. So in olden days they would stamp. I mean, maybe sometime, maybe in some countries they still stamp like a number, so the 4-digit number. So the cashier would know, like they would type this number, or if they do not know the prices. But in all of these like vegetable stores, like you go and these cashiers, they know all of the prices. Sometimes they when they did not tell them about sale, they would not know, but they would say, oh, these apples, 1 second, 15.38, right? Right. Sometimes it's 5 digits. I'm not sure how they remember. No, not 5, 4 digits, usually 4 digits. So, but they do. Okay, they do remember. Okay, so meaning to wash off this number. Of course, it's erasure, right? And that's the problem. And plus, you improving the fruit. So now it's more better looking. Okay, much better looking. Okay, so next one, D, cutting food wrappers or stickers. So that's a huge one. That's very, very applicable. When cutting open food wrappers, it is forbidden to destroy any letters or a picture of the wrapper. Similarly, so for example, if you want a hot chocolate, right, or cocoa, right, on Shabbos, so you have to and you have packets, right. So if you have the normal one that you take with a spoon, there's no problem. But if you have packets, that's the problem. Packages, right, small packets. So you have to cut. Usually they have pre-cut. They have and you pull and it's going to pull apart. That's the problem. Sometimes it's they would cut. You would cut open when it's nothing is written. But sometimes you would cut off the letters. So as we always say, take scissors and cut precisely. Look from one side to another side. So be very, very careful. Or another example of sweeteners, right? You have sweeteners, right? You have sugar. Sometimes you have a coffee. Somebody asks, they call coffee. In some countries they have very popular. I think it's my guess. So people very not rich, and they would buy coffee in these packs. I think it's 3 times more expensive. Just buy one jar and that's it. So maybe it's my guess. Maybe they're so poor, so they buy in small packets. That's my guess. So when you buy it, so you have to be very careful how you open it. And same with other wrappers. Some wrappers they just fall apart. Some if you want to open the pack of cookies or something, so also must be careful, or chips or potato chips or something. Must be very careful not to erase anything. Okay. Similarly, when cutting the food sticker, cutting food that had a sticker attached to it, for example, name brand sticker. Name brand sticker, right? Okay. 1 second. Let me read again. Something is not right. Okay. Similarly, when cutting food that has a sticker attached. Oh yeah. So you have. I got it. So you have an apple, right? And you have sticker. Right, so you cannot cut through the sticker. Okay. For example, a name brand sticker on a fruit, right? On apples, for example, on oranges, they also put bakery sticker on challah. I'm not sure bakery sticker on challah. Usually they put it on a bag, right? So on a challah, I don't know. It is forbidden to destroy any letters that are on a sticker. So basically, I mean, the idea is it's simple. So if you have a sticker, so be careful not to cut through the sticker. Okay. So next one is cleaning the foggy window. Right. It is forbidden to wipe away letters or pictures scrawled on condensation on the window pane. So in olden days when we were little, so they were like old windows, like wooden windows, would not fit, and only like one glass. What is two glass? Two part of glass? I don't remember. I think one. It could be two, but it was like from if you use a steam heat, right? So for sure, all of these window panes would have a condensation. So it like you would write something or draw something. So of course it is forbidden to do that, and if somebody wrote, kids did it, so it is forbidden to erase it. Right. This is general. So why is it considered right to erase it? This is generally considered a reason for improvement, since the appearance of the window is the window or the visibility through it usually enhanced. Right. So that's the problem. It's like as we said in the beginning, like it's like we prepare the surface for like improving the surface. For example, if kid wrote something on the wall, right? So if you erase it, are you going to write something on top of it? I hope not, right? But you improving the surface. That's also constructive purpose and it's forbidden. One second. Nevertheless, okay, it is forbidden only rabbinically, meaning on the window pane, since the writing is not of the durable type. Right. So next one, washing ink from the body. It is permitted to wash ink stained from one's body, which is free-flowing liquid soap. However, it is forbidden to wash up letters or pictures. So if a kid wrote something on their head, there is a problem. Or sometimes people write all the days phone numbers on their hands or some information on their hands. And I knew people like that. I mean, the guy would write, oh, and then he would like, oh, and then he start reading from his hand. I mean, right. So in this case, if it's like in ink blood or something, so it would be allowed to wash. So it's like a dirt. So you're not improving anything. All right. So, but if it's letters or picture or something, phone number, not allowed. And then again, he reminds us with free flowing liquid soap. So meaning the bar soap absolutely forbidden on Shabbos. Several issues with bar soap, but we're going to get to it. Next one, G, cleaning spills with a newspaper. So in olden days, well, what is newspaper? In olden days, we did not have paper towels, period, or they were very, very expensive and people were very poor. Right, so you take a newspaper and that's how you wipe it. It's like instead of paper towel. One should not clean up the spilled liquid with a paper that has writing on it, since the liquid will erase the letters for sure, right? Or the erase, maybe it's not enough time to erase, so it is going to like destroy the paper and it's going to rip newspaper. So that's also a problem. So a spill, are we allowed to clean the spill? Yes, absolutely. So right. So and last one, opening a bencher, Berchas Hamazon booklet. If the pages of the bencher got stuck together with the food particles that obscure some of the print, it is forbidden to pull them apart on Shabbos. So if this food, usually when you say Berchas Hamazon, and we learn in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, when you start, when you completely finish eating. So why would it have food particles inside? But you would be surprised people do have it, right? And that's why it is advisable, even if you never eat on top of the bencher, right? So there is no humans there. So it's advisable to have separate benches for Pesach. It's not necessary. I mean, if you want to clean them open books, and some people, it says in Shulchan Aruch that it's proper before Pesach to clean your books, right? And why they explain, I don't remember who, maybe Shulchan Aruch said, maybe Mishnah Berurah, I don't remember. So, but they say because many people, they eat at their table, right? Meaning they eat and study books. I mean, we don't do that. For example, in my house, we also read, we learn during the meals on Shabbos and Yom Tov only, right? But we finish eating, we push away the plate. All of the food is not there. Clean tablecloth, and that's how you eat. That's it. So we never eat the crumbs would fall. But it says here, if you have a crumbs and they obscure the print, right, you're not allowed to remove them. And if the pages got stuck, also you're not allowed to separate the pages, because it's right, you can erase letters. Okay. So we stop here. So next section is activity. Chapter number 5: activities prohibited because they might lead to erasing. So it's of course it's rabbinical, and it's different topic. Okay, perfect. So next question, would it be considered erasing to unzip zip of the hoodie? Just 1 second. Zip hoodie, if there is a design / letters or recognizable figure that would cut through the zipper. I mean, I think in this picture, so I try to make it big. Yeah, so this is a beautiful picture and you can see clear that the zipper in the middle. So you have letters from the left or from the right. Yeah, they connect, but since the zipper in the middle, it's like it separates. It's something. If you can compare this, as we said before, you have a pre-cut like a cake, or you have a cake with happy birthday. You cut it in parts and then put it together. I think it just occurred to me, this cake, as we saw, like huge 40, somebody's first birthday, huge 4, huge 0. So if you cut it before, right before Shabbos, and stick it together, there is no problem. So you can disconnect on Shabbos.